For a while now, people on the internet and popular movie critics have been having a debate as to whether or not Die Hard qualifies as a Christmas movie. And since it's Christmas time, I figured I'd have a go at tackling this subject too. Some people say that it is a Christmas movie. And some people say, well, how can it be a Christmas movie if it's got guns, death, drug use, theft, and crime? That's a fair point. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. But it's not just any Christmas movie, it is a perfect Christmas movie. Let me explain. So before I can tell you whether or not Die Hard qualifies as a Christmas movie, first we have to define what makes a Christmas movie a Christmas movie. Because making Christmas movies isn't just about super happy, family, smiley, fun time. You know, throw a few elves in there and shit and you have a Christmas movie. No, that's a lazy way to do a Christmas movie. That is the hallmark way to do a Christmas movie. A Christmas movie is so much more than that.
Weather outside is frightful, but the fire...
So the most obvious starting point, and incidentally the most shallow way to define the Christmas factor of a movie, is with the aesthetics. 99% of Christmas movies never try any harder than simply looking like a Christmas movie. Some fluffy red hats, a couple of reindeer, some presents, and of course snow. Bam! You have a Christmas movie. And while it's true that all these things are in Christmas movies, these aren't the things that make a Christmas movie. If these things were what gave Christmas movies the Christmas factor, then most of Shane Black's movies could be classed as Christmas movies. But I don't think they are, because all they have is the aesthetic. References to Christmas help to create an aesthetic, and Die Hard does that as well as any other movie. It has Christmas hats, presents, a Christmas tree, some snow. Okay, maybe I'm stretching it on that last one, but you get the idea. All the visual things that you usually associate with Christmas are present in Die Hard. So Die Hard passes the Christmas aesthetic test, even if it is the most shallow test. But does it sound like a Christmas movie?
DJ, it's DJ.
Normally, we associate Christmas carols with Christmas, obviously. Die Hard doesn't have carols, but it does play some pop Christmas songs instead. It has Let It Snow on the radio, and later Al sings it himself.
That is frightful. Dum, da, dum.
John even whistles a few bars of Jingle Bells as he strolls through Nakatomi Plaza. Although Ode to Joy by Beethoven isn't a piece of Christmas music, it is often played and associated with Christmas. There's even a Christmas rap song, and yes, Argyle is right. If you listen to the lyrics, it is Christmas music. But for me, the real sound of Christmas are these things. And right from the opening title, Die Hard gives us sleigh bells. Die Hard doesn't spray its Christmas cheer all over your face though, like other Christmas movies. The songs and sounds aren't a front row feature. Die Hard uses the sounds of Christmas as mood-setting ambiance. It's all good and well if your film looks like a Christmas movie and sounds like a Christmas movie, but if the theme and message isn't right, then it won't feel like a Christmas movie. This is arguably the most important aspect of any movie, but it's especially important for a Christmas movie, because a Christmas movie has to send a Christmas message. So what message should a Christmas movie send? Goodwill to all? Presents? Religion? No. These are all part of Christmas for many people, but the message which I think all Christmas movies should aspire to send is about family. And after all, Christmas is a family event. The one time of the year when we actually make time for people that we're closest to. All the best movies send this message, that we should appreciate family and friends. We should treasure those connections. It's a Wonderful Life does this by showing Clarence how much of a positive influence he is on his friends and family, and how terrible their lives end up when he's gone. Elf does it by showing how Buddy is the missing piece of his dad's life. and how Buddy felt complete and happy once he'd been reunited with his family. Home Alone shows it by chronicling the frantic journey of Kevin's parents to get back to Kevin while simultaneously showing that the fun family-free existence he wished for wasn't all that fun without the family he wished away. And just like these movies, Die Hard sends a family message too. What? It does? Well, Die Hard, when boiled down to a basic plot, is a movie about a man being prevented from reuniting with his family on Christmas Eve, and how he will do anything to get back to that family. Don't believe me? Ask yourself this: why is John in LA? Why is he at that party? His one and only purpose for being in LA at that party was his family. His wife also learns to appreciate John and his efforts to be reunited to make Christmas what it should be. Even the story of the villains is kind of a weird, twisted Santa story. Dude with a fancy suit and beard who enters a property without permission, almost by magic, and plans to exit via the roof and fly away into the night and distribute goodies to his crew. Yeah, I know he's stealing presents rather than bringing them, but if you think of Hans as Santa and his crew as the children that he's delivering presents to, then this scene looks a lot more like excited children opening their Christmas presents delivered by their own personal Father Christmas, especially when back to Ode to Joy so triumphantly. Well, then we can look at who actually achieves their goals in a movie. There are two competing themes. The theft represents materialism, while John returning to his wife and kids obviously represents family unity. Hans and his crew plan to steal things at Christmas, which is the opposite of what you're supposed to do, and they have absolutely no interest in friends or family. And they're ultimately foiled by the guy whose sole aim is to spend time with his family at Christmas. Characters representing the anti-Christmas are beaten by one who embodies Christmas spirit. That's not an accident. My claim is even backed up by the fact that at the end of the movie, after John is reunited with his family and Christmas spirit has triumphed over the evils of materialism, there's snow and celebrations on Christmas Day, while one of the most famous Christmas songs in existence plays.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
You still want to try and argue it's not a Christmas movie? The message that Die Hard is sending is that on Christmas Eve, you shouldn't be chasing material possessions. You should be valuing the time you have with friends and family. People say that it can't be a Christmas movie because it has guns and death. But It's a Wonderful Life is considered one of the best Christmas movies ever made, and it centres around the suicide. The people who say it isn't a Christmas movie because it's an action movie have just never watched Die Hard properly, because if I told you about a movie where a man races across the country and through many obstacles to be with his wife and kids on Christmas Eve, you'd be sure I was talking about a Christmas movie, right?
Jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime in jingle bell time. Snowing and blowing, a bushel of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime